Everybody, welcome back to Bite Time. Harry McCulla here. We're talking Hurricane Ida recovery. And we're talking real cool recovery here. We're talking United Way for South Louisiana. Alina Merlos, the executive director, is here along with Ashlee. Barahona. Thank you so much for being with us. I've known you in the past before that name. But
Right.
anyway. Hey, let's talk about United Way and what are you guys doing during the storm? What you guys are victims as well, right? So
Definitely.
you've had to move a lot of things.
Yeah, no, like I'm saying, we were we left and we were watching HTV streaming, and then we were watching the Weather Channel, which, like I said, couldn't find home, I guess. But we saw Rod Superstore. The storm chaser came, and the whole green roof that flew off. So my friend I was with, she was like, "Where is that?" And I said, "Oh, it's about a block from the office." I don't think that's good. So when I got back, it took me actually 2 days to get to United Way, because I had to park like at least 5 blocks away, and I climbed over some stuff to be able to get there. There was so much debris in the road. But when I got there, I noticed not only did the shingles come off, but the tar paper came off, and those whirly gigs kind of came
Water
off.
got in, right.
So half of our building now is the true definition of open concept.
You guys on the cutting edge.
It's like you can see from the front, you can see all the way to the back. So we've had it gutted, thank God. So it's dried out, so I think it's ready. So from that first day, though, we hit the ground running, and we have been, even though we were a very small staff, we've been boots on the ground. We were at the food bank first. All 4 of us were in a very small office. Since then, the Haven has been very nice, and they offered us some office space until we were able to get back into our office, because we needed the Wi-Fi to be able to. We got some programs running right now. We really need to be on the internet to do that. But Ashlee left us, I think, in February of this year. And I said, but just because somebody leaves you, I said, I really care about her and her husband. Gabe is actually our IT guy. So they had evacuated as well, and so I called them just to make sure that they were okay. And then so at that point, Ashley said, look, I'm ready to come back and help. So Ashley's been working with us, and we actually have partnered with her with the Terrebonne
Foundation for Academic Excellence.
Because, we do the Pack the Bus every year. We actually came and talked about that not that long ago. And that was one of the first things I thought of as I was driving back into town. I said, this year, of all years, which really kind of surprised me, but the generosity of Terrebonne Parish and Lafourche Parish never surprises me, was a record-setting year for Pack the Bus. We collected 2, box vans full of supplies for Lafourche and for Terrebonne, which is where the program takes place. And I said, I bet you all those supplies are sitting in a room that now has no roof.
Right.
And so we were right. And so a lot of those supplies were lost. A lot of kids walked away from the classroom thinking, hopefully, we'll be back. And if you have driven around the parish and you've driven around Lafourche Parish, a lot of the schools are severely damaged.
Yeah.
So, but we've been out doing, we've been feeding people. We have been giving out cleaning supplies. We've partnered, just this week, we're going to be partnering with Terrebonne General, and also with the United Way for New Orleans is coming in on Friday. We're going to do a big giveaway in Dulac. But it's just been amazing to talk to people, we have a program right now where we're providing rental assistance for people who have been displaced from their home. So they're either in a hotel or in their new location, and they're still waiting for insurance money and that kind of thing. So we've been processing that. That's why we need.
So you've been a little bit of busy. Hey, Ashlee, let's talk about the new partnerships that you guys have been able to form, and that's been a good work. Everywhere you walk around here, there's another bus or another van or something with some kind of charity, some kind of help that we're getting. That's part of also what y'all doing is by partnership with your 2 groups. Huh?
Yes, absolutely. So when I got the call from Alina, it must have been, I don't know, maybe 24 hours after the storm initially hit. She said, I need your help. And, I've been with United Way for 15 years, and just leaving in February. My heart has always been with the organization and its mission in the community. And, with the 15 years I've been with the organization, we've had Sandy hit the Gulf Coast, we had the flooding in Baton Rouge, we've had, Laura hit Lake Charles, but nothing that ever hit to this extreme in my own backyard. And so I knew that my community needed me, my organization needed me, and so at the time TFAE was just, we were helping teacher grants, and I knew I needed to get funding, but what better way than to be out in the community, boots on the ground, knowing where the needs were and being able to fill those gaps with unmet needs. So I said, of course, Alina. So she said, well, meet me at the Office of Emergency Preparedness.
Right. We don't know where we're going to be.
Right. So we met at the Office of Emergency Preparedness, and I tell you this much. I think everyone from Hawaii to New York has our cell phone number, because when you talk about collaboration and partnerships, we're talking about organizations that are outside our state. We have organizations coming everywhere from the 9/11 firefighters that collaborated with us to bring in supplies for our community to the United Ways across the country. And so I like to say partnerships turn into friendships that create family, and that's exactly what we are creating here, and making sure that we meet the unmet needs in our community.
Yeah, that's great. We got about 30 seconds, Alina. What can people do right now to help you guys out? Just immediately.
I think, well, volunteering, like on Friday, actually, we might need a couple volunteers. And also to think, if you've never done a United Way campaign, because we have got to fund some of these agencies that United Way funds, and this year is going to be more important than ever.
Hey, let's talk about, y'all got a big event that's coming up in Dulac that you're looking to raise.
No, we really want the people from that area to come out. We are going to be at the Dulac Community Center. We're actually going to start serving at 9:30. So it's going to be a cleaning supply, baby supply. We're going to be giving away food boxes. And then one of the people that Ashlee was mentioning about becoming family is Chef Jonathan Tibbs. He is one of the chefs at Fishers of Orange Beach Marina. And this guy has come in, and when he decides to cook for somebody, we were down in Galliano, and he actually served 1,400 Wagyu steak sandwiches, which is not usually the usual fare when you drive up to somebody.
Yeah, it's not an MRE.
It's not an MRE. So he is coming back this Friday with his staff, and they're going to be providing. We actually talked to him today. It's supposed to be 800. He's going to try to get some more stuff donated so he can actually provide more meals. But he's going to be providing a Hawaiian pulled pork with charred lemon and jalapeno coleslaw and potato salad.
Wow.
This Friday at Dulac Community Center. So it's going to be a kind of a collaboration again between us, between the United Way of Southeast, which is New Orleans, with Chef Jonathan, and also with the food bank.
Right.
So we'll be out there and providing needed supplies to that community. Because like I said, if you've driven down those bayous, and Ashlee and I were actually down in Dulac 3 days after the storm hit, and the devastation is just, it's hard to kind of wrap your head around.
And you're right, if you don't drive down, and we've done the same thing, right? Hurricane Laura hit, I went over there, helped people out, and the floods in Baton Rouge. But as soon as after you do your little help, and you go back and you got air conditioning and your cable's on, you go, you kind of forget about it. And we're starting to do that a little bit here. Obviously, we're the ones this time affected. But boy, when you drive down those bayous, it's like, whoa,
really
we're not back, right?
Yeah.
So we got a long way to go. Let's talk about, Ashlee, you were talking a little bit about with the foundation and what y'all doing. You got a couple of events too that are going to go hand in hand with
Yeah, so currently we're doing an Adopt a Classroom initiative where we teamed up with the Bayou Community Foundation and United Way to help sponsor some classrooms in Terrebonne Parish for those teachers who lost or had damaged supplies, technology, things of that nature, so that they can replace those items and so they don't have to pay for those things out of their own pocket. We're also looking to do our Super Bowl for the United Way again this year. Look for that at the beginning of February to raise funds for those agencies in the community that are working hard, recovering. And then also we are planning for the Terrebonne Foundation for Academic Excellence to move forward with our 5K Run for Excellence in May as well. So just trying to get a little bit back to normalcy
Yeah.
and back to those fundraisers that we desperately need in order to continue the services in our community.
Yeah, we're 2 months almost from this hurricane, but 2 years from being normal, right?
Yes,
Exactly.
exactly.
No, we were
Yeah.
thinking, because Loop is our main sponsor for that, and they've been really diligent when it comes to COVID and COVID protocols. But this year we said, look, we need to have this no matter what.
Yeah.
And I think one of the main reasons is we need to forget for a little while. We need to forget
Yes.
COVID, and we need, not forget COVID, but you know what I mean.
Right.
Right.
And then also forget if you are, waiting for a roofer or you're putting sheetrock in your house, why not spend hopefully a beautiful
Yeah,
Saturday
right.
of Pro Bowl weekend and go out. Because, people really miss that event, and we couldn't have it last year.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
we were in the midst of a crisis, and everything had shut down. But we've already talked to the courtyard, and we've talked to some of our sponsors who said, look, we're ready to cook.
Right.
And so I think that'll be a great weekend to just reconnect with your neighbors and just forget about all this stuff. And I think we need it for our
Right.
own mental health. Sometimes you just need to disconnect from the stuff that you need to be doing.
It's also important, I want to add as well, that we are doing a school supply distribution next Wednesday at Fletcher. I think it's from 5 to 7. The Louisiana Commissioner for the State of Education will be there as well. So if you are a student in Terrebonne or Lafourche Parish that still needs supplies or any type of school supplies, you can come out to Fletcher and pick up those school supplies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I tell you, what's one of the cool things, we live in a Twitter world and a red and blue world, and everybody hates each other and everything. And then when something happens,
And everything.
no, but something happens like
Yes,
this, and
yes.
you see people from across the country. Now, some of them are coming for a financial incentive; they're
Right.
coming to help. But thank goodness they are, right?
Right.
And then all these linemen, these power guys, and the roof guys, they all seem to know each other because they seem to help out. But you got to be encouraged a little bit by that community
Oh.
and just the volunteer community that have all come together to help.
No, like Ashley said, those 9/11 firefighters, these are the guys, they're retired now, but these are the guys that ran into the building. Everybody was running in the opposite directions. These guys ran in, and they showed up, and it's like they just offered so much hope. And then we also had Denise, who actually Martin had her on right after the storm. They were here like about a week after. They fed 3,000 people, and they brought down ConocoPhillips with them, and they were amazing.
She was with the United Way of Lake Charles,
Correct.
which they are
Right,
just
right,
recovered from
So I
Hurricane
said
Laura.
she was my first call. She actually called me before I got to call her. But she gave us hope, and she said, it's a day-to-day thing,
Yeah.
and we'll eventually get there.
It's hard to believe it's been 2 months. In so many ways, it feels like last weekend,
It
right?
does.
Exactly.
And but yeah, like I say, it's encouraging to see all the people that come to help out, and we certainly appreciate it. We've all been there, right? We've been on the other side of it, so it's not nice to be there, but
Right.
we understand it, right?
We'll get through it together.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Well, guys, thank y'all so much for the United Way of South Louisiana. Have a good
Thanks,
event,
Aaron.
and do like
Thank
this.
you.
Okay, guys, thank you. All right, we'll be doing more Bayou Time right after this. Stay with us.